What up, Blue Jays? Sean Blue here. I'm here to talk to you guys about this new Purge Law that passed in Chicago. Let me tell you something about the Purge. And yeah, I seen the movie, and I seen the second one first, and I saw like the first one, and I didn't see the newest one. They're okay movies. I don't like how they kind of like betray white people kind of in the movies. But, like, even though Ethan Hawke was in the first one, and I like Ethan Hawke, and he was a good guy in it, clearly. But like how they have like white people acting like very like animalistic and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what would happen if a purge did happen. Let's get real. But oh, like okay, like people are freaking out like, oh, this new purge law and stuff like that. Let me tell you something. There are countries out there that have been living in the purge for decades. El Salvador, Guatemala, Brazil, even Peru, those places in the Middle East, places in Africa. Those are countries that have been living in the purge for decades, and they're still very much around. And there's beautiful people there, but yeah, there's a lot of chaos too because yeah, there's no law and order and stuff. And that's kind of like what's happening to certain parts in this country. Like, yeah, Chicago, it's because these bastard politicians are not doing anything to protect the people. And they're going after cops, they're going after regular civilians like us, regular good human beings like us. And they're letting bums sleep over the streets and stuff like that and defecate over the streets. And pieces of crap criminals are just getting out. It's like, I'm sorry, if you like hurt someone, yeah, you should go to prison for a while. And yeah, you get like prisons that are overpopulated and stuff like that, and yeah, there are people that get locked up for bullshit reasons. Some people are completely innocent. Some people might come committed small crimes, and for some reason the judge just threw the book at them. So yeah, there's people like that, and then there's other people that committed a serious crime, but throughout the years changed their ways. Like, okay, those are three different types of individuals that shouldn't be in prison, at least not for too long. But then there's our other people that commit serious crimes that should be locked up for pretty much forever. And then there's other people that just keep on committing crimes and committing crimes and committing crimes. And some of them are not that big of crimes, but they just keep on doing it. So, yeah, it's because our piece of crap politicians, the liberal politicians, and even conservative ones too, that are just being weak and they're just letting all these like criminals run wild. Like, those Black Lives Matter protests when they're tearing down our statues and burning our cities and burning cars, and nobody was really doing anything about it. Then when the September or January 6th thing happened, that's when like, oh, that's all they talked about because it has to do with Trump. And yeah, and don't get me wrong, some of those people should definitely go to prison too. Don't get me wrong about that. But like with the whole Black Lives Matter thing, with them burning down our like freaking country for like a summer, as Nero plays his fiddle, as that old saying goes. And yeah, exactly. These politicians didn't do anything about it, and they refuse to even talk about it anymore. Like it's never even happened. So this whole purge thing, the only reason this purge thing is kind of happening is because we're letting it. Most people are good people. Most people are awesome people. But yeah, is there shitty people out there, and is there evil people out there? Of course there is. But it's not going to be like the movie The Purge, at least not quite like that. And like I said, some countries have been living in the purge for decades now. El Salvador, people getting murdered with machetes out there, right in public, because most people there live in that country are awesome. But yeah, criminals are allowed to run wild there, and they do sometimes. They do pretty often. And I don't want that to happen to this beautiful, great country. And it slowly kind of is, but I don't think it's going to get to that point. But especially if like people like me won't allow it. So, and good people like you won't allow it either. So, yeah, because people keep on being an awesome person and hold these politician bastards to put their feet to the fire, so to speak, and like hold them accountable for letting all this crappy stuff go down. All right. Well, take care, everyone. I'm starting to ramble a little bit, but yeah, I'm allowed to ramble. All right. Bye.